Good evening and welcome to tonight's edition of Insight 24. I am Naja, Achris, Ikrima, and we begin with a concerning trend that has affected millions of Indonesians over the past 15 years, the slowing growth of wages across the nation. Indonesia, a country known for its rapid economic development in previous decades, is now facing a major challenge: stagnant income growth. Despite steady economic expansion, many citizens have found that their salaries are not keeping up with inflation and rising costs of living. So why is this happening, and what does it mean for the future of Indonesian workers? Let's take a closer look. According to recent data, in 2010, the average salary in Indonesia grew by 6.7% annually. However, by the year 2024, that number had dropped significantly to just 2.8% per year. This slowdown has created financial difficulties for many Indonesians, as household expenses continue to rise while incomes remain stagnant. The effects of this wage stagnation can be seen in everyday life. Many workers report struggling to make ends meet, cutting back on discretionary spending, and even delaying major life decisions such as buying a home, getting married, or starting a family. For those who once had aspirations of financial security, this trend has been a wake-up call. The decline in wage growth is directly impacting consumer behavior. Between 2010 and 2014, household spending increased by an average of 12.6% annually. However, from 2015 to 2019, that number dropped to 8.5%, and in the period from 2020 to 2024, it further slowed to just 5.2% per year. Many families are now prioritizing basic necessities over non-essential purchases. Food expenses, for example, have continued to grow at an average rate of 5.6% per year, while spending on non-food items has slowed to just 4.9%. This means people are focusing their limited income on daily survival rather than investing in long-term quality of life improvement. A recent survey highlights the real struggles behind these numbers. About 32% of respondents stated that they have become more selective in their spending, choosing to cut down on non-essential expenses. But even more concerning is that 60.8% of Indonesians report having no savings at all. They are living paycheck to paycheck with no financial cushion to fall back on in case of emergencies. This financial uncertainty is forcing many people to adopt a frugal lifestyle. Take for example Anggun Gunawan, a 40-year-old university lecturer. Despite having a stable job, she recently had to pawn her motorcycle just to afford travel expenses to visit her hometown. Situations like hers are becoming increasingly common as even middle-class professionals find themselves struggling to stay afloat. The effects of wage stagnation are also evident in Indonesia's retail and automotive industries. Sales of durable goods, including cars and electronics, have seen a sharp decline in 2024. Sales of passenger vehicles fell by 13.6% compared to the previous years. Clothing and miscellaneous household items have also seen a reduction in spending as more people shift their focus to essential needs. So, what's behind this concerning wage stagnation? Experts suggest that several factors are at play, including slow productivity growth, an oversupply of low-wage jobs, and global economic pressures. Many companies are hesitant to raise salaries due to economic uncertainty, preferring to keep costs low. Additionally, inflation has eroded the real value of wages. Even the salaries increase slightly, the rising cost of goods and services offsets these gains, leaving workers with little improvement in their overall financial situation. Economists and labor advocates argue that Indonesia must take several steps to address this issue. One solution is increasing the minimum wage at a pace that matches inflation. Another approach is investing in education and workforce training programs, which could help workers qualify for higher paying jobs. At the same time, businesses must be encouraged to adopt fair wage policies that reflect the cost of living. Without these measures, many Indonesians may continue to struggle financially for years to come. The slowdown in wage growth is a serious issue that affects millions of Indonesians, shaping their daily lives and long-term financial security. As this trend continues, it raises important questions about economic policies and labor rights in the country. Will the government and businesses take action to improve the situation, or will Indonesian workers be left to navigate these challenges on their own? That's all for today's special report. Thank you for joining us. Stay tuned for more updates and analysis on the economy and other important topics. I am Naja Ikrima Rif'Ah, and you are watching Insight 24. Good night.